we will talk a little bit of baseball.
Oh.
Yeah, thanks for sticking around. We are now back from the break. And you hear those peanuts and cracker jacks? Sounds like
Sounds like it's time for the suicide squeeze. So, first and foremost in baseball, Mariners reliever Hector Santiago is the first player to be ejected for violating the new sticky substance protocols.
Uh-oh.
boo, boo. Check his belt.
It's a Mariners player, so it's absolutely irrelevant to the rest of the league because Mariners are pretty bad. Um, uh,
They're on a young team. They got that one guy, the center fielder, Kyle. Not right. What is his name?
yeah, I know who you're talking about. I just can't think of his name either.
Taylor, tell us in the comments. I know if you're still there. Let us know who I'm trying to think of. Kyle. Anyway, yeah, sorry.
Other news: Trevor Bauer was got in trouble with a little sexual assault charge, which is not his first time.
Really? That's not his first one?
I don't believe. I think I heard that it's been more than one. That he's been accused
Really?
more than once.
Yikes.
Accused. I don't know if the other one stuck, but I think this is not the first time he's been accused of sexual assault.
Do you want some of these details?
Yeah, go ahead. I didn't read all the details.
Okay, it says more details have emerged regarding the pending case of the LA Dodgers pitcher Trevor Bauer. It was initially reported that he assaulted a woman with limited details, and as a result, it was physical and emotional pain. Let's see. Okay, the woman said those two incidents included Bauer punching her in the face, the vagina, and buttocks, sticking his finger down her throat, and strangling her to the point where she lost consciousness multiple times. The alleged assaults described by the woman, which are extremely graphic in nature, happened during what she said began as consensual sex encounters between the two. According to the woman, blah, blah, blah. She suffered injuries as a result of the second encounter, including two black eyes, a bloodied, swollen lip, significant bruising and scratching to one side of her face. The woman's declaration signed under penalty of perjury in California. She said that her medical notes state that she had significant head and facial trauma and that there were signs of basilar skull fracture. She also said that in one of those incidents, while unconscious, Bauer penetrated her anally, which she did not consent to in advance. I agreed to have consensual sex. However, I did not agree or consent to what he did next. I did not agree to be sexually assaulted. Damn.
I mean, that's wow.
That's a lot.
That man needs to go to jail if this is true. And I mean, a lot of these details seem very particular, and the fact that there's medical records backing this up, it does not look good for old Trevor Bauer.
Wow.
Good thing we didn't look at him.
I was gonna say that he's always kind of reminded me of Rick Vaughn. I mean,
Wow thing.
I mean, this kind of might fit the bill a little bit more than I thought.
Lord of mercy, that's crazy.
Bruh, I can totally understand a guy who might be freaky in the bedroom, but that is absolutely ridiculous.
Right. When he first started reading, I was like, "Oh, this might be a kink thing," and then he kept going, and I was like,
yeah.
"Oh no, this is not a kink thing."
Yeah,
Right.
This is far surpassed just a kink thing. It's like, goodness gracious, bro. What? Yeah, I don't have anything to say
Trevor
to that.
Bauer,
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So
Kyle Lewis. It just
Kyle
his
Lewis,
his name came to me.
on a lighter note, 4 of the participants in the home run derby have been named. They have named Shohei Ohtani, who will be the first pitcher to ever participate in a home run derby. Pete
Should have been
Alonso,
Mike Hamden.
Mike Hampton.
Hitting bombs.
Yeah, Pete Alonso, Trevor Story, and Trey Mancini. They're the first ones who've been named so far. Now there have been a bunch of notable players who have already declined, which essentially it's now like the dunk contest in the NBA because of the notable players to decline the invites were Vlad Guerrero Jr., Fernando Tatis Jr., Aaron Judge, Gary Sanchez, and Javier Baez. So it's like, God, a lot of the guys you want to see in a home run derby, most of them just said, nah, I'm good.
Right, but doesn't that it makes sense though? Because historically, doesn't whoever participates, especially who wins it, always go into a batting slump?
Yeah. Well, yes, because it changes your swing to hit home runs. So instead of more of a leveled out swing, you might, put
Drop
a little
that
more
back shoulder.
Yeah, drop back shoulder a little more, try to hit it out. Yeah, so and
Who
now
you got winning that, Micah? The Derby from who's?
Is it only those four, or is that just so far?
so far, because there's typically eight contestants.
Yeah, who do you of those four though? Who do you got?
Oh man, that's tough. Either Otani or Pete Alonso.
I would say Pete. He's a little more built for it. He's a bigger guy.
Yeah.
I feel like Otani's gonna catch lightning in a bottle here.
Otani's a pretty big guy too, though.
Yeah, let's see. What's their size difference? But yeah, keep going. Sorry.
So now Braves news, Max Fried returned tonight against the Mets, and subsequently by bringing him back to the roster, we had to send someone down, and Sean Newcomb was that guy. Yeah, I mean he struggled to stay in the majors anyway. And lastly, in Braves news, Ronnie Acuna, our favorite, one of our fan favorites, set a franchise record tonight with his 23rd career leadoff home run, and he's one of 36 players in MLB history to accomplish this feat. So that is huge.
Man, got to put some wind around this guy.
For scale here, Micah, Shohei is 6'4", 210. Pete Alonso 6'3", 245.
Golly.
Yeah.
Pete's a big boy.
Yeah. But I mean,
a lot of punch.
That 6'4" with long arm frame though.
Yeah.
You don't have to hit it 500 feet. You just got to get it out the park. That's all. But yeah, I mean, that honestly, well, shit, I don't want to see Ronnie in a home run derby.
He already did it once, didn't he? Didn't he do it?
He did
Not
it.
last year. He didn't do it last. He didn't do it
2
last
years
year
ago.
because there was none.
I think he did it 2 years ago.
Maybe 2 years ago.
Because that's when he went into that terrible slump afterward.
Yeah. No Braves. If anyone, Austin Riley, send him out there.
No, I'd send what's his name? Ender Inciarte.
Is the sacrificial lamb?
Go out there, see how many home runs you can hit, because you can't hit any worse in a game anyway.
I think there's a threshold though. It's like you gotta like the 3-point contest in the NBA is like you have to be above a certain percentage in order to be invited.
Well,
right?
I mean, like Trevor's Story's only got 9 home runs. So
Is that the lowest number?
so far of the ones they've named, like everybody.
And he plays
else,
in Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
Mancini's got like 14. Pete Alonso's got like 16, I believe, and Otani's got like 20 something. So yeah, I mean, most of these guys have hit bombs. Trevor Story is the one who barely hit any. Like I said, throw Ender in there because you can't hit any worse. You can't hit any worse. I mean, whatever your swing is doing.
Hey, can we talk about the fact that this was supposed to be here in Atlanta though? And it's not.
Yeah.
The wildest part is that Denver is also an ID for voting state.
Right.
That's the craziest part to me. But
there was definitely some of the things he did were clearly, directed at black people. I mean, it is what it is. There's no arguing that. You don't take away those things that were popular in black neighborhoods. The ID thing, that's not racist. It kind of. It can be linked to it
towards it, but it's also not unprecedented.
Right, exactly. It caught up to some other states. I get that most non-ID carrying people are African American, in this city and especially around the nation. But it's mimicking a law that's pretty widespread.
Yeah, and not only that, but Stacey Abrams herself, within a week of that happening, was like, "Don't do this. Like, you're gonna cost us so many jobs." You know what I mean? So, I mean, both sides here didn't want that to happen, but I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, it's still Brian Kemp's fault.
Yeah.
But that concludes the suicide squeeze because the Braves is too bad that we don't want to talk about anything else.
What was his name? I like it. That should be added into it.
We should be actually, huh? Which young guy?
The young pitcher that we just brought up. He got his first career win.
God, I'm drawing a blank on his name too. It's
damn, man.
I've kind of lost focus on him because one of the bull. What?
Braves are up 13-2.
Oh wow.
Oh, thank goodness Hawks aren't playing tonight. Yes.
Oh yeah, this is a good point. Good time to bring that up. So, if those of y'all that follow us on Instagram and Twitter, you probably saw it. I've done a little side-by-side comparison of the Hawks and the Braves schedules. So on days that they both are playing, since the Hawks have been in the playoffs, if the Braves win, the Hawks are 2-4 on those days. If the Braves lose,
or didn't play,
yeah, or had a game that was scheduled and got rained out and DNP'd, the Hawks are 8-1 on those days. So bad days ahead for the Braves for the foreseeable future. Let's see, when will the NBA Finals end?
NBA Finals will end in
like a month,
early July. No, early July. It won't even be. Yeah.
So it's about to fly through this thing after these rounds end, right?
Yeah, because it's one game, one day, and then travel days are 2.
So only when LeBron is in the finals do we take 3 days between games. Like that.
Well, they did that for a while. They tried it for a while, and then it got such poor reception because people were like, this is too long. Like,
yeah, it was all about LeBron.
So
I mean, all the years that he was in it, yeah.
Yeah.
So can we sacrifice the Braves for another 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, just so the Hawks can win, and then Braves, it's all you.
Yeah, go for it now. Go on your run now. Go 50-10 down the stretch.
I think we can do that for you. I think that was Snit.
I was about to say, who was that? But yeah, that makes sense. We just tried really hard and it just got away from us. And baseball.
Goon, you got to stop being a dumbass.
we were up 9-2. Bullpen just had a bad game. They gave up 8 runs in 1 inning. My God, bro.